My prayers here also for people, that God's will be for people to take the COVID vaccine when it's made available. And so, I saw last night on the news that like not even half the people in the country are really willing to take the vaccine. That's kind of disturbing. So I'm just going to go off the pastoral record here. I'm speaking to you as a friend, speaking to you as maybe an acquaintance, speaking to you maybe as just someone you just now are watching on a YouTube video. Seriously, if you're having concerns about taking the vaccine and you've decided not to take it when it becomes available, let me just say to you, grow a backbone, okay? Now you might say to yourself, I have a backbone. I'm standing up for what I believe. I'm strong. I'm not going to be pushed around. No one's going to make me do what I don't want to do. I'm not sure about this vaccine. It has these risks, etc., at least in my mind it does. And you say to yourself, I have a backbone. I'm going to say that's not the way it comes across. It appears much more to me like when I was like 8 years old being forced to eat a Brussels sprout. That's what it seems like to me. And I'm going to tell you there's a lot more at stake this time. I'm going to say to us all, it is time for us all to put on our grown-up pants and face the fact that there might be some, what do they call them, side effects, to this vaccine, but that it's time to pony up and take a vaccine. You might say to yourself, I'm not afraid of side effects. I just have this phobia about needles and having things injected into me. I must say that you can't be more afraid of a needle and things being injected to you than one guy I knew in boot camp. We're in line as we go up to the two corpsmen that are on each side of us on vaccination day, right? We're in single file. We go up there, and they have these high-pressure vaccination guns that they just push up against your soul. Each of your shoulders gets this gun pressed up against it. They pull the trigger, boom, you're vaccinated. This guy is walking up. He's getting closer and closer to them. And as he's getting closer, I'm not kidding, he becomes paler and paler. He loses all color. I think every blood vessel in his body was retreating away from the skin. He gets up, he's breaking out in a sweat. He gets up there to the vaccination station there, fearful of needles. They push those guns up against his shoulders, pull the trigger, boom, it is over. Literally. It's over. He passed smooth out. Hit the ground like a 100-pound sack of potatoes, boom. But you know what? He woke up. And after he woke up, he went on to serve his country as a United States Marine. I'm going to tell you that courage is not a matter of what it is we're afraid of, okay? Courage is much more a matter of how we face that fear. I'm going to suggest that we face our fears of vaccinations with the mindset that it's not so much about the risk of side effects as it is the chance that we're helping our nation become free from social distancing. We'll be free from wearing our masks. We'll be able to open our worship service again. We'll be able to quit washing our hands all the time. Okay, well, maybe the washing hands things is okay. I'll say that back in April of this year, there was a lot of talk about how by April we had exceeded the number of deaths to COVID-19. That number had exceeded the number of deaths in the entire Vietnam War back in April. I must say to you now that we're at 6 times that number. 323,000 people have died. That's 6 times the number of people that had died in the entire Vietnam War. There won't be a memorial in Washington. There won't be a big granite wall with names etched in it so that everybody will remember their names. They're data points on a line, a chart that measures progress and charts trends. Let me say to every one of you that has lost a loved one, let me say to every one of you that has lost a daughter or a son, every son or a daughter that's lost a parent, friends, relatives, neighbors that are gone. Let me say to you now, I promise you, that when a vaccine becomes available, I will confront my fears. I'm not a fan of needles. I don't want to be sick afterwards, but I'm going to confront those fears. I'm going to roll up my sleeve, and I will remember them. And I will do this for you. I digress. All right, it's time to go back to being a pastor. I'm going to go back to being a pastor now. Okay, I'm back to being a pastor now. Prayers that all of us might have the courage to take our COVID vaccine when it becomes available.